We are most of us musical imperialists. Even when we listen to the sounds of the East, we hear them with Western ears. If we could only open our ears, we might find things outside our own music that made us listen again to what we take so much for granted.
It requires, first of all, a completely different approach to music. It's not that it's a totally exotic music. I mean, the basic things are there, the scales, the rhythms, everything you find in Western music, but the approach, the interpretation, and the hierarchy of importance is so different.
The first paradox a Westerner encounters with the East is really the subtlety and complexity and intricacy of melodical development, most of which are completely alien to Western music and are even forbidden, so to speak.
A certain intensity which you bring to bear, I think, which is focused very much more on your own personality and perhaps in a composed music where you're interpreting the writing of somebody else.
Imrat Khan is not only a formidable player, he's also a great teacher.
Lovely.
Last spring, he spent 3 days with a group of Western students in a country house in Somerset, working within the sounds of Indian classical music and combining Western and Eastern instruments.
Hello. There are many beautiful things that we have learned from the West, but I do like the West to also learn a lot from our culture, and that's how I think we will be only living in a better world if we have better understanding for each other.
The students came from two backgrounds, from the ethnomusicology departments of the universities, and from the growing number of players frustrated by the narrow teaching of Europe and looking for sounds that are different. They had to find their way through a sound world without harmony, without written notes, without regular 3 and 4 beat rhythms, without fixed tuning. A world we lost about 400 years ago and only began to rediscover this century.
The Western music is something like painting on the wall with big colors. And Indian music is something like a miniature painting which has very fine lines, has to be seen minutely.
Imrat Khan is the 15th or 16th generation of his family to be a celebrated classical player. He learned, as his son Nishat is learning, through the system of the Gharana, the oral tradition that passes the most complex of styles from mouth to ear to hand.
My uncle Ustad Khan taught me the art of playing Surbahar, which he learned from his father, who was my grandfather. When Imrat Khan is playing his music, it is not Imrat Khan only. It is his brother, his father, and many more masters. Indian music is based on rags, and the rags are made from tat, which is in Western music is something is equivalent to the scales or modes what you have here, and from those scales or those modes, the chosen notes of the rag of ascending and descending makes a rag. I will give an example. What scale do you have? Bhairon. Yes. Suppose if you choose